I could not find any other way. I wonder if that synth was doing it. Search through here, see what we can find. Where is it coming from? I don't even know. But I'm trying to find out. Where's some missiles when I need them? Let's go ahead and save it here. There you go, Preston. See you up there, Preston. Oh, I need that duct tape. I really don't, to tell you the truth. Nah, popped her head off.
Thought I heard something.
What else can we find? Safe. It's safe.
Sweet.
Is that one? We gotta find the next way up here. Oh. This way? Ah. 310, yep, that's what I thought. Alright, here we go.
Hold up a moment, sir. There's something important I need to tell you.
All right, but make it quick.
I will. I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, it'll reset his cognitive processes and make him docile. You'll need to say B592 initialize factory reset, followed by the authorization code Gamma 71 Epsilon. Once he's shut down, I can transport him safely back to the Institute.
I'm not going to destroy this man's identity and free will. Killing him would be more humane.
He's a raider. I don't much care how we put him down.
He's not a man, sir. He's a synth. A synth that's confused and dangerous. We can restore it to its proper functions, make it whole again. Sir, I can't force you to use the reset code, but I know it's what Father would want. I hope you'll consider that. That's all, sir. Ready when you are.
Another safe.
Yes.
Let's see what I can do here. Get rid of some stuff. Oh, I did not mean to do that.
Very good time with you so loaded down.
Nice.
Slim damage, but has more recoil.
Got it.
Here we go.
Well done. By your gear, I'm going to guess you two are agents just like me. Exactly. Into the top. Is the Institute so desperate for resources that it's stealing plunder from honest, hard-working Commonwealth gangs?
How much plunder have you got?
Ah, so you are here for a little bit.
What are you doing, boss? We can take these guys.
Keep your mouth shut! I know what I'm doing! We got a modest little stash. I'll tell you what. I'll give it to you. Freely, if you walk away afterwards. What do you say?
Last word.
And if I refuse?
I was starting to wonder if you were seriously thinking of cutting a deal with this bastard.
That's the way you want it? Then let's finish this! That it?
That's down. Stay down, boy.
I'll take this shit back.
This is X688. Ready to relay. Claim synth B592. Just
Well, now what do I do? Let's see. Let's go back to Father. See what he wants to say about it.
Theoretical limits are made to be broken.
Father is more than just our leader. He is our creator.
I'm glad to see you return safely. I know the task was difficult, but I needed you to see firsthand how dangerous a rogue synth can be.
The Institute created that synth, so the Institute is responsible for what it does.
I disagree. A synth is no more inherently evil than a handgun. When a man dies by gunshot, is the weapon's maker blamed? Of course not. The blame rightly falls on he who pulled the trigger. Yes, we created the synth. But whether they intended to or not, the Railroad's agents turned it into a killer. But enough about that. The task is done. You've returned our synth safely to us. I couldn't have hoped for a better outcome. Well done. While you were away, I had quarters prepared for you. You'll find all the basic necessities, as well as a generous stock of arms and equipment. Go and have a look. I think you'll be quite pleased.
I better be. Ah, come on now. Oops, wrong button.
If you encounter a hazardous chemical spill, please alert the site.
It must make you proud to see all that Father has done, all that he has built.
He's killed a lot of people.
Your new quarters are here, sir. When you're finished here, sir, Father wants to see you.
Hey,
I'm listening. Standing by for orders.
What does it mean, the Battle of Bunker Hill? I can't teleport while I'm here either. Crap. Well, what do I do here? Oh, I'm still low. That'll work.
Sean.
Ah. Hello, Father. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
I try and talk it out, see if things can be resolved peacefully.
An admirable goal. And yet we find ourselves in a situation where something more significant must be done. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. And they no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of their misguided beliefs.
They mean well. They're only doing what they think is right.
You dealt with Libertalia. That's the result of their selfish, short-sighted plan. Usually they are a minor nuisance, but lately they have become more emboldened. I'm afraid we've reached a point where a response is necessary.
No,
We have
no
learned the
response
current
necessary.
location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the Railroad can hide them.
I'm not sure why you'd bother.
Aside from taking back our property, we must teach them a lesson, as it were, and quickly at that. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the Railroad has any indication we've tracked them. We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting wind of the presence of the synths. That would only complicate matters.
I'll act quickly. You can count on me.
You'll have a contact waiting for you just outside Bunker Hill. Good luck.
Yeah, I need to inform the Railroad.
The importance of Bunker Hill and our asset there is not widely known. Please keep it
Des
that
has
way.
something urgent.
Yeah, well, about that, we got a problem.
Can I talk to you?
Something on your mind?
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. There's nowhere else that's safe we could put them. Maintaining your cover is vital. But the sacrifice is just too great.
Stockton and the synths are depending on us. We can't let them down.
Well said. We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next. But now we have a chance to turn the tables. We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them hard. No one they send out comes back alive except you. Understand?
Got it.
With me working the inside angle, this is doable.
We can't attack too early. We need to draw them into the kill zone, and then spring the trap. You'll know when. You'll probably have a courser escort. You'll have to take him down. You've done it before, but it'll still be dangerous.
Like you said, I've done it before.
It's a risk, but it's one we have to take. So get it done.
Got it. Come on. Any day now.
It's gonna be tough persuading Bunker Hill to join up with the Minutemen. They've always been go-it-alone types. You could hold this place against an army.
I need to put a silence type of weapon on you. We can try to just like.
I've been waiting for you.
Sorry to have held you up.
Try and keep up from here out. Our targets are inside. 4 synths under railroad. The situation appears to have... We move in. Secure.
Hey, I'm gonna need some of your grenades. Hand them over.
Negative. You are not authorized to carry them. The mission's parameters just changed. Going shooting.
Get him, Preston. Five health. What?
I've been waiting for you.
Alright, yeah, you're just not gonna work right now, so I'm gonna have to use something else. Hold on, but what does it want me to, I'm gonna save here since I don't really know what it wants me to do. What is it? What? Alright, this thing's really confusing me now. I need to get in there. Here's my I am like really confused what it wants me to do. Crap, I am just so out of whack here. I'm gonna go back to Desdemona and see. I'm gonna listen to like a little again what she wants me to do here. See if I can understand it better.
Desdemona.
Any news from the Institute?
Z1's making weapons.
Z1's recruited more synths. They're making weapons now.
That's great news. As soon as Z1's ready, let me know. It's all coming together.
Desdemona.
Anything to report from the Institute?
Give me the details on the Institute assault.
Those details are still being ironed out. The biggest question, Pam believes their destruction is absolutely necessary. But the Institute isn't just populated by diabolical scientists. Families live there. Children. If we destroy them, we're going to evacuate more than just synths. But those that can't or won't evacuate would die. It's something each one of us must come to terms with.
So what does it want me to do then? I'm confused. I guess it just wants me to like go over there and meet with that courser or something. Didn't it say she wants me to like draw it in or something?
It's gonna be tough persuading Bunker Hill to join up with the Minutemen.
Let's get down and talk to him real quick before anything else happens.
I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, we know. Sorry.
Sorry to have held you up.
Try and keep up. Our targets are inside. The situation appears. We move in, secure the synths, and I relay out with them back to the Institute. Clear? The mission's parameters just changed. We're going shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
Detected. Terminus.
Only opens with a key.
Do I just do I help him or what do I do? Can you go around so I can get around somewhere in that one? What's seems like I could jump the gate. Now why are super mutants getting involved? This is none of y'all's business. Get out of here. Bingo.
Can't pick this.
Sorry, Preston.
Damn it! Where'd you coward?
I never have been down here, actually. I've always wondered what's down here. Oh my god! He's about to die.
Should've just run.
Yes?
She didn't make it. I wonder what happens if I go and talk to Father here. Let's go see what happens if I talk to him. Probably if you're heavily guarded. Whoa. Oh my god, he's not in the Institute.
Sean.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It's not so bad, really. People manage.
Perhaps. But at a cost too great to be worth it. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
They left me on ice. For 60 years.
They did. And for good reason. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Your unconditional love is overwhelming. I think I need a moment.
I can accept that you're offended. You must understand, though. I have had no love to feel. We have been strangers until now, you and I. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else. Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Sean, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. It's remarkable. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
I made a choice. I let the synths go free.
Why? Why would you do something so stupid?
It's like Magnus off of the Call of Duty Black Ops series.
They were afraid. They didn't want to come back here.
Afraid? They're machines, artificial. They're incapable of being afraid. This was such a simple task. I just don't understand. I know you're capable of handling yourself. How can I expect you to represent the Institute if this sort of thing continues?
I don't want to be involved in this, Sean. I want out.
After all this, after everything you've seen, all that you've learned, you're just going to walk away?
I can't do it, Sean. I can't be a part of this anymore.
I am very sorry to hear that. I had hoped we could be something like a family again. I hoped you shared our vision for the future. I'm afraid there's no room for sentimentality, Father. If you are not with us, then you are against us.
Well,
whatever you
you're
do
grounded.
going forward, do not interfere with the Institute's plans. I hope you can find some amount of peace.
Me too, Sean.
Goodbye, Father.
Let's see what the railroad wants. Vanish from the Institute.
Des has something urgent. Bad news. They kicked me out of the Institute. I can't get back in.
Damn it. We knew the whole operation was a long shot. I'm sure you did your best. With no way to coordinate with Z-114, I'm afraid we've lost our only chance.
1 second, y'all guys. Give me 1 second. Oh, crap.
So we hit it.
So, I gotta load it, sorry. Because the reason I'm doing this is to, side with the Institute and get the last 2 trophies of the game. Well, I just failed that because I failed that, undercover mission. So I need to go back and do all this again. I'll go through it also for y'all. So you won't have to hear anything again.
Son.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, the only hope.
It's not so bad, really.
Perhaps, standing, I know that both of us.
They kept me.
They did. I was the perfect. Well, the Institute, it only made sense, I'll admit. So not only the extraordinary.
Right. So it was you.
Yes. Certainly it was an experiment. I had with the perhaps most.
Sean, you need to know.
I can see soon a future week. Bunker Hill did.
It's my fault.
I gave you this opportunity to prove yourself. That will now be significantly harder. There will be accusation. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset, and to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this. There, I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment.
Sure.
Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
I really any of this is not affecting. I hope it's not. Hopefully it isn't.
From what I hear, that road central to Retalia was a real mess.
Am I going the right way?
Let's get this directorate meeting before we speak further. It's important.
Reporting status.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure, with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? Given, well, considering all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
I have no idea what that is.
I'll admit I'm relieved. It's intended to be something of a classified project, which I'm sure means everyone already knows about it. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
In this world, I'm sure compromise is necessary.
Quite right. For far too long, we've been dependent on others. On our surroundings. That time is over. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Sounds like an important step.
That's an understatement. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yet, well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now,
Oh, snap.
there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
What? Can't
Please,
be serious.
everyone, please. I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
Why would you joke about this? It isn't funny.
Were it a joke, I'd agree it's in poor form. But I'm afraid it's not. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really? Seems a poor choice.
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once.
I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
I can do the job.
Of course you can. That's why I made the decision. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead, for all of us. But for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Alright, well, that's where I'm going to go ahead and end this video, guys. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'll be back next time. More Fallout 4 walkthrough story content. Talk to you later. Bye.